Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TW Local Global 1987. We're back with some GCW, and we are here on the 21st of October 1996. GCW Fuel number 88 is happening, and it is the go-home show to Halloween Hell. We're starting off the pre-show with a high spots match, just to get one of our three match styles out of the way. Chavo gets the victory over Hector Garza of the LWO, and not much to say. 53. We're starting off with The Rock cutting a promo, and the GCW World Champion, The Undertaker, comes out. And it's announced that The Rock versus The Undertaker will be happening at Halloween Hell in a cell. So 85. And since the product is fixed, this time we won't have a 27 or whatever the hell it was for Hell in a Cell, which was absolute bullshit. So 85. We're opening the show with a tag match, Booker and Farouk. They showed excellent chemistry. I might have to team them up more often. We'll see. We'll keep that in mind for the future. Right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking like they will be teaming up anytime soon. But this is great. Booker and Farouk get a victory over D'Lo and Kama, who also have excellent chemistry. And Booker pins Kama Mustafa with the axe kick. Booker T will be facing off against his brother Stevie Ray at Halloween Hell. Finally, have their big blow-off match. 79. Gene Okerlund is interviewing the new Cruiserweight Champion Billy Kidman on winning the Cruiserweight Championship, and he says it feels great. So 56. Perry Saturn cuts an in-ring promo, and Raven, Canyon come out the flock, and Perry Saturn will face Canyon this Sunday at Halloween Hell. 64. Tag titles on the line. Chris Benoit and Lance Storm defeat Gato and Jado, and Chris Benoit submitted Jado with a crippler crossface. These two make their entrances separately in this match, by the way. They still team together, and they still do great together, but they do enter separately. So it gets a 90. So great tag match here. And afterwards, both these guys, they're cutting a promo, and they announced that their match this Sunday for the Intercontinental Championship will be an Iron Man match. And they shake hands. So 65. Diamond Dallas Page is cutting a promo next, and Chris Candido and Chris Jericho come out, and DDP will face Chris Candido this Sunday at Halloween Hell. So 75. Mankind faces off against Billy Gunn next. This was our car crash match, and Mankind gets the victory over Billy Gunn with a 77. Afterwards, Jesse Ventura gets into the ring and presents Mankind with a new championship belt, the GCW Hardcore Championship. So, just to, maybe have Mankind be a little bit more on his side and trust the Syndicate more. Jesse Ventura gives him with a new title. So 88. Dustin Rhodes is backstage. He's talking to a part owner of GCW, James J. Dillon, and he wants to know if all is fine for this Sunday against Austin, if the Syndicate, it's all taken care of, there's not going to be any problems. And JJ says, don't worry, I have a special guest referee for the match planned. So, Sting defeats Satoshi Kojima in our main event. He's still looking for his opponent, and he defeated Kojima, so it doesn't look like it's going to be him. 85. Afterwards, the Syndicate cut a promo, and Dustin Rhodes and JJ Dillon come out, and we announce the special guest referee for Austin versus Dustin this Sunday, and it's none other than Brian Pillman. So it gets a 92 as we end the show with an 88, the go-home show, and 1.2 mil. Our popularity goes up all over, which is fantastic. That was a great, great show, and nothing else happened there. So since today's episode has Halloween Hell in it as well, I'm not going to show the booking process for Rival TV. I'm just going to go ahead and book the show, and we'll see the results. So let me get to that, and I'll be right back with the results of that. Alright, we are here at Rival TV number 8. Taz opens the show, cutting a promo, and cutting an open challenge, and Steve Blackman comes out, and they're going to be facing off right now, and Taz gets the victory over Steve Blackman. 53. Nova and Steven Richards are talking to Paul Jones backstage, and they want to be added to the tag title match tonight with the Coalition, and Just Incredible teaming with Jerry Lynn. And Paul Jones obliges, so these two are added to the tag match tonight. Psychosis gets a victory over Super Crazy. 43. Shane Douglas gets a promo and Johnny Ace comes out, and Johnny Ace says Shane Douglas is not worthy of a rematch unless he can prove himself. So 63. And our main event for the tag titles, Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible defeat the Coalition, Steven Richards and Nova. Steven Richards and Nova eliminated first after Mosh and Thrasher attacked Nova. Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible are the new Rival Pro Tag Team Champions. And got a 56, so not too shabby. Proves their popularity all over. Yep, not too shabby. We'll take that. So we've got new Rival Pro Tag Team Champions, Jerry Lynn and Just Incredible. And we've still got Halloween Hell to book for this episode, which is in 4 days. So these are the champions walking in. The Undertaker is the world champion. Kidman is not defending the title, so he's not going to change hands, you know. Mankind, the title's not on the line, but he's the hardcore champ. Chris Benoit is the Intercontinental champ. Raven is not defending the title, and tag champs are not being defended. Tag titles are not being defended as well. So let's get to Halloween Hell. Again, I'm not going to show the booking process. I'm just going to show what's going on. What are the results? So let me run down the card real quick. So we've got Chris Benoit versus Lance Storm in an Iron Man match for the Intercontinental title. DDP versus Chris Candido. Booker T versus Stevie Ray. Perry Saturn versus Canyon. Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin with special guest referee Brian Pillman. And in the main event, The Rock faces off against The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell for the GCW World Championship. So we'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, we are finally here. GCW presents Halloween Hell 1996. Let's run down the card. So we've got the pre-show here. Let's not worry about that. But on the main card, we've got Chris Benoit versus Lance Storm in a 60-minute Iron Man match. Only 15,000 people? Expected more. DDP versus Chris Candido. Booker T versus Stevie Ray, Perry Saturn versus Canyon, Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin with special guest referee Brian Pillman, and The Rock versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. So, opening the show, we've got Farouk and Kama Mustafa in a pre-show match. Farouk gets a victory by disqualification in only 6 minutes. This was just to get a car crash match on the show, and because I want this feud to continue. So 70. We've got our high spots match on the pre-show. Kidman, Chavo, and Alex Wright defeat the Latino World Order, Hector Garza, Damien 666, and Juventud Guerrera. And 71. So we open the show with commentary. Jim Ross, Joey Styles, and Kevin Nash. They open the show and run down the card and welcome everybody to Halloween Hell. So we're starting off with the Iron Man match, Chris Benoit versus Lance Storm, and it does not disappoint. Chris Benoit defeats Lance Storm, and the tag team champions explode here tonight. Implode, I should say. So, 60-minute, did really good. 95, one of our best matches we've done on TEW 9 so far with the GCW save. And we move on to DDP versus Chris Candido. And DDP gets a victory over Candido with the Diamond Cutter. So it gets an 81, not too bad. Then we've got Perry Saturn versus Canyon. And Perry Saturn gets the victory, continuing the feud with the Flock, as now he's going to be moving into Raven. So it gets an 81. Booker T and Stevie Ray finally put their story to rest, as Booker T finally gets the victory over his brother. So it gets an 82. And we've got 2 more matches on the card. We've got Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin, and we got The Rock versus The Undertaker. But I'm just going to go pause real quick because I have to blow my nose. So just give me a second. And I'm back. Let's get into the main event. Or not the main event. Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin, with Pillman as the referee. Dustin Rhodes finally defeats Steve Austin, and this puts an end to the Dustin Rhodes versus Steve Austin storyline. Finally, Dustin gets his victory over Austin. And funnily enough, Dustin defeats the man who will be challenging for the GCW World Championship at Revolution. He defeats the number 1 contender tonight. So, there's going to be some pressure on J.J. Dillon and GCW management to maybe give Dustin a championship opportunity in the near future. During the match, it's not the finish, but this is the only way I can set it. Jesse Ventura at one point, Austin stuns Brian Pillman. Jesse Ventura takes over. And then, Dustin knocks out Jesse Ventura. Pillman gets back into the ring and counts the pinfall for Dustin to get the victory. So 90, but we still have our main event. Austin was not happy about doing the favors here for Dustin, by the way. We still have our main event, the Hell in a Cell, The Rock versus The Undertaker. Put your predictions for it right now, and let's get right into it. Superb wrestling and great heat. The Rock defeats The Undertaker in 2025 with the Rock Bottom after Kane made his GCW debut just like he did in the WWF, except this time it's The Rock and not Shawn Michaels. Gets into the cage, gets into the Hell in a Cell, tombstones The Undertaker, and The Rock secures the GCW Championship. Maybe before he was ready, but it doesn't matter because the storyline is going to be friggin' amazing. And very good for his demon gimmick. And we end the show with a 91. So let's tell The Undertaker good job. Let's tell Steve Austin good job. Let's tell Dustin Rhodes. You know what? No. Chris Benoit and Lance Storm. You guys put on a great performance, and you guys deserve some props. Alright. Financial report. $6 million. Like to see that. We grew in popularity all over. Great Lakes goes up. Mid-Atlantic goes up. Mid-South goes up. Midwest. New England. Northwest. Southeast. Southwest. Tri-State. Puerto Rico jumps 2 points. Hawaii jumps 2 points. Southern England. All over Japan. And we have our media scrum. I have to go blow my nose again, so just give me a second. We'll answer this in just a minute. Alright. We're back. So, GCW Championship Wrestling 179. Becoming is our next Championship Wrestling. Is right around the corner. Are you excited? It'll be an honor to be part of a show with such a long history. The Rock won the GCW Championship title tonight's show. Should we be expecting him to have a long reign? Deserves the opportunity to have a lot of faith in him. I have a lot of faith in him, we'll say that. Juventud Guerrero was off his name. Or off his game. Everyone has off nights. Didn't do well last month in U.S. markets with your competitors putting on better shows. That's bullshit. No, they did not. How can you get out of the spiral? It's not really a spiral. We're just smaller. But whatever. We'll continue to put on our best show and see what happens. We'll say that. Kevin Nash is coming to an end with his current deal. Will he be in GCW 6 months from now? He's a big part of the GCW family. We'll say that. Raven is coming to an end of his current deal. Well, he's a big part of the GCW family. For sure. I'm re-signing Raven for sure. It might not be in featured storylines, but he's gonna stay with us for a little bit at least. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Raven. Probably move him to the hardcore title after the feud with Perry Saturn, I'm assuming. Speaking of Perry Saturn. Alright. And let's see who did better. Halloween Havoc. Oh, we mauled them. We destroyed WCW. I went with a generic venue, that's why I suffered in attendance, but whatever, it happens. TV title has not been defended in 35 days. Yep, that's normal. Alright. Well, let's look at our champions. The Rock is the GCW champion. Billy Kidman, the Cruiserweight champion. Hardcore champion is Mankind. Chris Benoit is the Intercontinental champion. TV champ is Raven. And Chris Benoit and Lance Storm, the tag team champions. Thank you guys for watching this episode of GCW. Make sure to like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more. We'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll see the fallout of Halloween Hell. And we're officially beginning the road to Revolution. Alright, have a good one. Goodbye.